Hello, this is Holly from hollyland.com. I am back at it from the bathroom. I'm actually on a retreat. One of my clients is giving her first retreat and she's doing amazing. So I'm here in the bathroom and of the retreat. And so I wanted to talk to you about melancholy and having a defined emotional solar plexus. I was just online reading this great quote about human design and being a melancholic or having a melancholic child. And the quote was about how if you have a child that has a lot of gates of melancholy in their chart, so I have 8, and I think there's 20. Yeah, I have 8 of them, and I think there's 20 gates that are associated sometimes with melancholy, and they have potential for that. I was that child who was most of the time up really high, and then sometimes down really low. And so the whole point of the quote was to say, hey, don't ask your kid who's melancholic or who has an emotional or who has a defined solar plexus. Don't ask them if they're down. Don't ask them what's wrong. You can ask them, I'm saying that you can ask them how they're feeling. But to say what's wrong simply because they're down or low assumes that there is something wrong with them when it can actually just be the mechanics in their chart. And when I realized, because I sometimes still don't have awareness in the moment, although it's much more rare now, but if you go back 6 months, even on my YouTube channel, if you go back 6 months to a year, you're gonna still see me talking about my sadness and my aloneness and making up stories about how there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. Now I can identify, I'm just having a low day. Oh, okay. I'll be back up again tomorrow or the next day. I'll come back up. I never stay down there forever. And so all I have to do is let that thought flow through. And although I might be low energy that day, and I may like to sleep a lot that day, guess what? I'm honoring my body. I'm listening to what my body's saying, because I know it's not always going to be like that. So obviously bipolar is real. Being a manic depressive is real. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the human design charts that there are definitely avenues for sadness or melancholy, as we call it. Not depression, but melancholy. Same thing with aloneness too. I think that actually is one of the gates of melancholy, but I'm with a crowd of people and I still feel alone. There's nothing wrong with me. It's simply my mechanics. It's my body. So anyway, this is really about not making up stories about things that could be totally normal for people. All right, I'll talk to you later.